Welcome back. In today's video, guys, I want to talk about the best pets and farming methods to get currency inside of the new Pet Simulator X Hardcore mode. Yesterday, NightFoxx, another top Pet Simulator X content creator on YouTube, put out this video in which he talked about pets and methods to farm. And so this video is just kind of an add-on, if you'll say, to that video. I wanted to talk about a couple of the things that he didn't really cover in that video. He did do a good job, and I'm going to link his video in the comments below so you guys can go and check him out after this video. So we're over here in hardcore mode in the tech world, hanging out with my amazing farming pets. Yes, this is them. This is what you're seeing. Is not a lie. It's the basic starter pets from the starter world. I went with the cats here for no specific reason, other than I just wanted the same pet for the whole team, and I went with a cat. Now this method kind of harkens back to the old crystal farming method from way back in the day, if you guys remember, where you could take a very low level starter pet to a high level area and put a single pet on a single item, and they would never break that item, but you would get the same amount of currency out of it. Pretty much infinite farming, infinite currency, right? Same kind of concept. So with the introduction of hardcore mode, that's kind of the same thing we got going on here with these pets, with farming currency. This method will of course work for pretty much any hardcore world, whether it be the regular spawn world, fantasy world, tech world, and max lotto pixel, wherever you need to go farm currency. Right now I'm in Pixel World farming, so I have my pets enchanted with Rainbow Coins 5. We're going to head over there, and I want to kind of show you guys what this sort of looks like. Now, there's been a few videos out there, so I'm not really talking about new game-changing methods here. If you've paid attention to any hardcore Pet Simulator X content out there, you'll know that what is this region even called? Gallardo? Pixel Gallardo? Something like that. Anyways, the pink region pretty much is the best region in Pixel World to farm currency if you need rainbow coins. Now, I'm not really sure what region you'd need to farm for the best currency in the other worlds. The other worlds are pretty much more or less easy enough to get through. It's farming rainbow coins is more important because this is where we all end up anyways. This is where the best pets live, so this is why I'm primarily only going to discuss this area. So basically all you're going to do is you're going to grab your full team of pet, make sure that they're on single sin, and you're going to send one off to their own little farming place, and they're just gonna sit there and pretty much farm infinitely. And they're just weak enough to where they will pretty much more or less never break whatever you're putting them on to farm. It might actually take years for them to actually break anything. They're so weak. Now the great thing about this is that you're getting just about the same amount of currency as you would as, say, if you used regular, properly built, full-on, hardcore dark matter team. Just without the trouble, just without having spent all the time and effort and crystals that it takes to build that team, right? With these basic pets, the reason, I think the biggest reason this team is so amazing is all you have to do is just go hatch a full team of them, throw some enchant for whatever coin you're trying to farm on them, and you got yourself a proper farming team. You can just go sit AFK wherever you need to farm, and you're good to go, more or less. Now, the problem with hardcore mode, everybody knows, is because for some reason we don't have private servers. We're stuck farming in public servers. Now, while this method is amazing, it won't always work out because other players might come along and not everybody farms the same way. It looks kind of like this person is sort of doing the same thing. But let's say if somebody else came in here and they were active farming. Now, if you don't know if what the different farming method terminology is, active farming is where you have your whole team set on inside here, inside your settings. You can go in here and set your pet sending between single or all. If you are active farming, you'll have your entire team set to all, and you will just actively move around the area, clicking on things for them to attack and farm. That's active farming. Now, there's AFK farming, where you do the single click and attach to their own individual items, which is what I'm doing right now. And then there is the spin and auto click method. Now, the spin and auto click method does work with these small pets. Now, I had to test this yesterday because I hadn't thought about it when NightFoxx put out his video just yet. And I wondered if it would still work. And I went and tested it, and I found out, yeah, it does work. These little pets do work. They don't have to be left attached and left to farm there infinitely at their post. And the reason this is important, like I said, if somebody comes through and active farms, if you're just doing this method right here, well, they're destroying the things that your pets are farming, and well, you'll come back hours later expecting millions of currency, and you'll just find out that you just been standing there the whole time, not actually farming anything, because that other people have just simply destroyed the things that you were farming. So the way to get around that, the best way to get around that, of course, is the old spin and auto click method. All you're going to do is zoom your view all the way out, lower the camera view down to the horizon, put your mouse clicker just above the horizon so that it passes over everything in the region that you're farming, which is Kyoto for us because it's the best region here. You're going to put something on your right direction key, and you're just going to walk away and enjoy the day, go for a walk, eat a sandwich, pet the dog, do whatever, have a good day. You're going to come back a few hours later, and you're going to have millions, maybe even billions of coins. Now, just in the time that I've been sitting here talking, I haven't really been paying attention, but I mean, you can see that this method is working. We're getting millions of coins here. And I want to show you what we got going on here. Now, since I want rainbow coins, it's important to note that while, all you're going to have to do is hatch hatch the team, your pet team. The next step, of course, is you have to enchant them. Now, what you're going to want to put on them is the very best tier of whatever currency you're wanting to farm in there. So for me, it's rainbow coins 5. Now, I was able to get at least half my team the rainbow coins 5, and then kind of got burnt out and lazy and didn't really finish them all the way up. So at some point I will need to go back and finish getting them all up to tier 5. But yeah, so this is right now currently the best way to do this. And it's the best way to AFK with the small pets without having to worry about active farmers coming through and messing up your farming areas. Now, you might say, well, why don't you just go ahead and use like a full-on proper big pet team, right? Like I do have quite a bit of dark matter, hardcore, pixel wolves here, and even some demons on my team. And that's great. If you have a full team already, you have spent the time, you've got them enchanted rainbow coins 5, what have you, you're happy with it, great, go ahead and use that team. I'm not saying you have to use this method right here. There are some advantages to both methods. For example, the big pets team, at some point, very rapidly, the big pets will break the objects in the region, which, as you know, gives you the bonus coins from whenever the gift or chest breaks. And inside of that, you have the extra chance for loot bags to drop. Inside loot bags, you have boosters that drop. Well, the disadvantage that we find with the small pets is that won't never happen. They simply will never break anything, so no bonuses will ever drop, no bags will ever drop. You'll get tons, I mean tons of currency, but you just won't get none of the additional bonuses from that. Now the most important advantage to the small pets team that I can say is hardcore mode, as we all know, is very, very difficult. It's very expensive. It costs a lot of crystals. It was meant for extreme in-game players. If, like I always try to say, if you're a newer player or even a mid-range player, this content is not for you, especially if you don't have your masteries all the way maxed out. Masteries are very, very important here. Um, so you're gonna have to think about that because you're gonna want to make sure that you're getting the maximum amount of coins dropped from whatever thing you're farming. You're gonna want to make sure you have your enchantment levels max, because enchantments here on a non-maxed mastery is going to cost you 500,000 crystals in enchant. Um, so I kind of want to point that out real quick as well. If you don't have your enchantments level, um, what you can do is go back to the normal world, hatch yourself a basic pet, take it over here to the enchanted forest in the fantasy world, to the enchantment area, and you're just gonna. It's real simple to get your enchantment mastery up. I'm just gonna show you real quick actually. So what you do is you'll just take your normal pet. Let's just pretend, let's say this guy is our normal pet, right? All I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put my mouse right here on this button, and I'm just gonna activate my auto clicker, and I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna walk away for 2 or 3 hours or however long it takes. Come back from time to time and just see where you're at in your mastery. And this will be the quickest way to get your mastery up. But you will want to do this on a normal pet. You don't want to do this on a hardcore pet. It's cheaper to enchant a normal pet. So, NightFoxx made a video a while back in March. This one, in fact, where he explains pretty much how to max every master in the game. Um, I'll have these two videos linked in the comments below, so you'll definitely want to go check those out for more in-depth detail on getting your masters maxed if you're not there yet. So definitely a good resource to check out. I highly recommend it. So yeah, just do that. Get your enchantments up. Once you got your enchantment maxed, then go get your hardcore basic pets team, and then enchant them, and then go have fun farming to do whatever farm whatever you need to farm. Now I was gonna mention, like what is the major advantage of using the small pets team versus a full-on big pets team? Well, like I was getting ready to say, hardcore mode is very hard. It's very expensive. It was built specifically for extreme in-game players. Those of us that had nothing better to do except trade or spend our days farming endlessly on the big chest at the end down there. There just wasn't anything else better to do in the game at that point. So we had not only full teams of the very best pixel demons, and we had farmed enough dark matter pixel demons that we had full teams of them with rainbow 4 and 5 on them even. So I mean, we had the best of the best of the best. So the content was really meant for us. But if you're like a mid-range player or you're trying to get better in the game, well, you might not have the best stuff in the game. And the basic pets are kind of like an easy way for you guys to get in to be able to farm this in-game content. It's very simple. Like, so with the basic pets, all you really have to do, like I said, is just hatch them, throw your rainbow enchants on them, or whatever the current world you are in on there. Throw the coin enchantment for that on there, and then just go farm. You have a team. Use the spin and auto click method I talked about. You're good to go. Um, but like I said, um, if you've already made it to the point where you have like a full dark matter hardcore pixel wolf or demon team, then this and you're happy with that, go on. Go ahead and farm how you want to. It's up to you. But yeah, this is be really helpful for those players that just don't have those full teams yet, that want to get a good start on it. So I guess the last thing I really want to talk about is kind of like, what is the currency income difference between the two teams? Well, I obviously I don't have a full team of a completely full team of hardcore dark matter pixel wolves. And they're not all completely enchanted on Rainbow 5, and some of them are even missing enchantments on them. I kind of honestly doubt at this point that I even will enchant them, because these cats are doing the job for me. They just make it easy. So, that's the thing. Like, if you want to go with a proper full built team, you're going to spend resources. You're going to spend a lot of time to get your way to Pixel World. First of all, you're going to spend more time to farm the currency to start hatching that 7 million um, egg over there. You're going to have to get lucky enough to get the Pixel Wolves. Not everybody has game passes. You have to think about that too. There's lots of players out there that don't even have the game passes. So a lot of players just won't even get that lucky enough to even get the Pixel Wolves. So, you gotta get lucky enough to even get the Pixel Wolves. The Pixel Wolves, for you guys that don't know, the reason why it is important is because it is the highest level legendary in the game. And because it's legendary, you can actually enchant it. And that's important because you want to be able to put rainbow coins on there. Um, you know, Obviously the best pet in the game would be the Pixel Demon. But as you know, mythical pets cannot be enchanted. With mythicals, you just get the enchantments that they come with. So that's why the pixel wolves are very important. So yeah, so I mean, you gotta do a lot of extra work here to build like this proper team to farm with, when you could just quickly go hatch off a bunch of these guys real quick, throw some very quick enchants on them, and then just start farming. It's very simple. And but yeah, that's pretty much all I really want to talk about. I wanted NightFoxx didn't really touch on the problem with playing in a public server, being forced to play in a public server, and AFK farming, where people are going to come through and mess up the AFK. So I just want to point out and that you can still use the small pets and do the spin and auto click method, and then try to explain my thoughts on like what is the benefits of the actual small pets. They're cheaper, they're easier to build, you know. It's a really good thing. Um, Actually, the one other thing I did want to talk about, I think I was getting ready to touch on this a while ago and kind of got sidetracked, but I was going to talk about like what is the income difference between the big pets and the little pets. So, as my team is currently, the big pets, I don't have everybody on Rainbow 5. I don't have a full team of hardcore dark matter enchanted pixel wolves. So right now this team, in 60 seconds, um, they make around 530,000 coins, rainbow coins, um, more or less. Depends on how lucky we get with like bonuses and that kind of thing. um, the small pets team in its current form, not everybody here is on Rainbow Coin 5, so it could be a lot better. Makes 380,000, I believe, is what it was making when I tested it in the same amount of time. So, I mean, on a fully enchanted team, tier 5, you can just kind of imagine how good that would be. So, yeah, guys, I think that's pretty much just going to wrap it up right there. Hopefully this be helpful for you. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I will have the links to both of those videos from NightFoxx. Highly encourage you to go check him out. Check out his channel. Watch those videos if you need tips on getting your masteries maxed out. It's a good starting place. Good info in there. And yeah, so let me know what you think. Make sure to subscribe for future content. And I'll catch you back in the next one. Have fun and take care, guys.